Hello and welcome to my fourth trick. So for this trick, you'll need to know how to do the trick shuffle. So either taking that top card and moving it to the bottom, or taking that bottom card and moving it to the top. Another thing we'll need to know for this trick is the bottom card, which you can quickly glance at before the trick even starts. So boom, jack of clubs, alrighty. And we are ready to start this trick. So now it is very similar to trick number 3. So if you watch trick number 3, you'll be very set for this video. So we will get started right now. So basically you're gonna ask your audience, okay, here, take a card. Pick any card, any card, any card. They pick the 5 of hearts. So you're gonna put that aside. And you're gonna put your decks into 3 piles once again. And on that one pile, we have our bottom card, jack of clubs. So we already know what happens based on the third trick. If we put it here, if they decide to put it here, we're gonna have to cut each deck. And what cutting the decks would do is, since they put it on the top here, we'd take the bottom half with our bottom card, put it on top. That's how it would happen. So let's say they decide to put it there, we would have to cut each deck. But let's say they decide to put it in the middle or on the far one, then you just take your first deck and put it on top. So let's say they choose the middle deck, then you'll put the deck with the bottom card on top of that, and then you'll put it on top of the third one, and you have your deck back. And then at this point, you would say something like, my deck is completely random. I have no idea where your card is. You have no idea where your card is. And now we're going to flip cards into random piles once again. So all you're going to do is do the exact same thing as last time. So randomly, doesn't matter how many cards are in these piles. And basically all you're looking for is that special bottom card. That was not our bottom card because it was the jack of clubs. So just be very careful. There it is. So it happened to be on its new pile, but it doesn't matter. For this trick, you can have it in a new pile or in an old pile. It doesn't matter. So let's just say I had it here. I don't want to put their card because I know their card's coming next based on how the trick works because we put the bottom card on top of it. I don't want to put my card on the same pile. So I'm going to take this card and I'm going to start a new pile. Okay? So my new pile's right here, and then I can put as many cards as I want on top of this. So let's say I put 7. And then at this point, to prove that it is truly random, you could say anything you want to the audience about making it random. So you could say, okay, I'm going to prove it's random. You can pick as many cards as you want for this next pile. So let's say they say 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they say 2, 1, 2, and then they say 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they say 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get the point. You flip all the rest of the cards over, and boom, all your cards are on the table. So now you're going to tell them, listen, you can pick any order of piles you want me to pick up, and I'll pick them up in that order. So let's say they pick a pile. They pick this pile right here. So I pick it up, put it in my hand, end of story. And then let's say they pick the pile with their card on it, and based off our memory, so this was our bottom card, so their card is going to be the first card in this next pile. So we know where their card is. So instead of putting this pile with their card on the bottom, we are actually going to put it on the top. So now their card is on the top of the deck. So they pick that deck, blah, blah, blah. We put it on in our hand, and now they pick the next deck. So let's say they pick this one. So we're going to pick this one up, and instead of putting this one on the top, we're going to put it on the bottom, so we keep their card on the top. And then they're going to tell us whatever random order of decks to pick up, and we're going to put the rest of those on the bottom, keeping their card on the top. So we actually didn't need the trick shuffle in this case because their card is on the top. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to say, okay, your card is somewhere in here. Now I'm going to make a garbage dump, and we're going to guess the card. So you're going to spread it out, and you know that this is their card. And you're going to keep your eye on this card. So watch the top card. You're going to spread them out. So now we know it's right here. We're going to spread them out, make it look random, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to say, now I am going to find your card. And at this point, there's no way they think you're going to find their card right now. It's just completely messed up. But what you're going to do is you're actually going to pretend to look around, and you're going to pull out their card and flip it over, and their mind will be blown. So we're going to go through that one more time, but with the trick shuffle variation, okay? So before the trick even starts, you can obviously show them that the deck is random, okay? And we're going to quickly look at our bottom card right there. We're going to make, or after they pick their card, so let's say they pick, I don't know, 6 of diamonds. They'll put it aside. We're going to make their 3 piles while they're showing all their friends their secret card, and they're going to pick a pile to put it on. Let's say they pick this one. So in this case, we'd have to cut every deck. So right now, their card is on the top of this deck. So I'm going to take half of this deck with my bottom card, put it on top. Do the same with the other two piles. And then I'm going to go first one, second one, third one. You're going to tell them how random the deck is, which it actually is because it is random. And then we're going to start flipping into piles, and we're going to look for that bottom card. So in this trick shuffle variation, we see our bottom card has come up. Instead of putting it on this pile, when you see it and flip it over, you're going to start a new pile, and then you're going to put, this is their card now, and then you can flip as many cards as you want on top of it. So 1, 2, and then you can put whatever you want. And then at this point, you can tell them to pick the amount of cards they want in the next pile. So let's say they put 6, and then 3, and then as many as they want, and then you finish it until the deck runs out. And then they're going to pick all their piles. So let's say they pick this one first. You pick it up. This one, since their card's not in it, you're going to put it on the bottom. Let me get the last card there. And then once they pick the one with their card in it, you're going to put that one on the top. But now here's the difference. Their card isn't on the top because remember, our bottom card is on the top. Because when we dealt the cards out, we put the bottom one first, then their card. So we're going to pick it up, put it on the top, but we know that their card is not on the top. It is actually the second card, okay? So that second card's going to stay there. And we're going to pick up the rest of the decks, put them on the bottom, just like so. And now, this is where the trick shuffle comes in. So our mission is to get this card to the bottom because we want to get their card to the top. So we're going to do our classic trick shuffle that we learned in the shuffling videos. And you're going to take it, hold it with the thumb. So we'll do one more time. Pressure with it on the thumb and take the rest and then shuffle everything in. And now we no longer want to touch this top card because their top card's there. So any shuffle you do now, as long as you don't mess with the front, you can shuffle. So I can take some off the bottom, shuffle it in there, take some out of the middle, shuffle them into the bottom, and the top card stays. Now I'm going to say, okay, now we're going to completely mix the cards up, make a garbage dump. So I'm going to spread them all out, and that's our card. So we're going to keep an eye. Us personally, we're going to keep an eye on that card, see where it is. We know where it is. It is right there. We're going to spread them all out. We're going to spread them all out, and they have no idea where this card is. And then we're going to say, okay, I'm going to find your card. And they're going to say, no, you're not. There's no chance you'll find my card. And you're going to be like, okay. You're going to find it. And don't go right for the card because that makes it too obvious. So you're going to look around, move some cards around, and then you're going to go for it, flip it over, and their jaws will drop. And you will impress any audience, I guarantee it. So there you go. That is the fourth trick. Thank you.